What would you say is the biggest problem with retirement? If you ask a financial planner, they'll say it's the sequence of returns or outliving your 401k. If you ask a doctor, they might talk about mobility or health scares. But I have a different answer, and it might surprise you. My answer is in retirement, you never get a day off. Think about that for a moment. When you were working, you lived for the weekend. You had clear boundaries between on and off. But now, that boundary is gone. Every day is Saturday, which sounds like a dream until you realize that when every day is Saturday, nothing feels like a day off. You're constantly on, but without the sense of accomplishment that makes the rest feel earned. The myth that retirement was supposed to be a permanent vacation is just that, it's a myth. But for a lot of people, the golden years feel like a fog. It's easy to fall into the trap of being busy but bored. Our calendars are full of errands and housework, but our souls feel like they're just treading water. We feel like a human doing instead of a human being. We've been conditioned for decades to equate our worth with our business. If we aren't doing, we feel like we aren't being. Hi, I'm Bill Hennessy, the Retirement Igniter, and I help people like you who are near or who have crossed the career finish line realize that you haven't actually retired from life, you've just been given a new assignment. Here's the hard truth. Activity doesn't equal achievement. You can easily spend all day doing the things the brochure has told you to do, golfing or traveling, checking off chores, and still go to bed feeling like you're missing something vital. Today I want to tell you how to stop the cycle of never-ending shift and start building a retirement that actually feels like the reward God intends it to be. To get out of the busy but bored fog, we have to move through a specific set of shifts. This is what I call the retirement ignition method. First, you have to pause. You have to recognize that life has changed. You can't use your 40-year-old map for this new terrain. Take a breath and just realize that God's inviting you into a new season, not a permanent vacation. Next, uncover. Confront that fog. Be honest about the loneliness and the frustration of not having a day off, and the mental load of not knowing what's next. Then, release. And this is where I got stuck. You have to let go of the old titles. You're not the manager or the VP anymore. When you release those old roles, you find room to breathe for the new ones. Then you want to pinpoint. Look for the gaps. That bored feeling, that longing for impact, that's the space where God wants to plant your next spark. Then observe. Start looking for the nudges. What is God whispering to you in the quiet? This next step is often missed. Surround. It's critical. You can't do life alone. Isolation is the thief of a meaningful life. You need to be around people who fuel your fire, not just people who talk about their ailments while waiting in a doctor's office. E is for elevate. This is a muscle. Every time you choose purpose over killing time, your ignition muscle gets stronger. The reason you feel like you never get a day off is that without purpose, you're still working a job that doesn't have a mission. But when you uncover your God-given purpose, the work doesn't feel like a chore. It feels like an assignment you want to show up for. You don't have to figure out this new assignment alone. In fact, you shouldn't. Iron sharpens iron. That's exactly why I built the Purposeful Retirement Community on School.com. That's SKOOL.com. It's a private community for like-minded believers who refuse to just fade away. There we share resources, we encourage each other, and we walk through the 7 steps together. It's where you trade a busy but bored cycle for a fulfilling life of unstoppable faith and real impact. Your wisdom didn't expire with your paycheck. That's your new currency. It's time to stop over-explaining your past and start living in your future. I'd like to invite you to be part of the very first Ignite Your Retirement Retreat. It will be held May 18th through 21st in beautiful Branson, Missouri. When you attend, you'll leave with a clear blueprint for your retirement based on my 7-step retirement ignition method. You'll also leave having overcome the pain of isolation that comes with retirement. You'll have community, You'll be able to share with friends who are on a similar journey, and that can become the fuel that keeps your new fire burning. I'm sure you'll be glad you came. In addition to the beautiful surroundings and the biblical teaching and the great fellowship, you'll receive a free copy of my book, Finding Meaning and Purpose in Retirement, Making the Next Season of Life Your Best. To register, go to retirementigniter.com and click on the Retirement Retreat tab. I hope to see you there. I'm Bill Hennessy, and I'm encouraging you, don't just retire, ignite. I'll see you in the community.